All right. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. So after being bitten by a radioactive bird, I sound like I got a frog in my throat. Let's try this again. So after being bitten by a radioactive bird, mild-mannered Tuthill was compelled to become Kineas, the Skydude. That's me. Episode 228, where Kineas, the Skydude, is going to try to get his airline transport pilot rating license, certification, whatever. Okay, hey, there's a new NVIDIA driver out today. I want to say 57270. I had it in earlier. Either way, there's a new NVIDIA driver out today. People in the forums are saying it's just kind of hot fixes for a couple of games. Nothing to do with Microsoft 2024 and won't change a thing. Where we're concerned, I always just like having the latest driver anyway, so no big deal. If you need a follower, please like and well, you don't have to like and subscribe. That'd be great. I would really appreciate it. So would Christine, so she didn't kill me. So liking and subscribing, you're saving a gamer's life and a fellow sim pilot's life. But if you need a follower, starting a channel, you have no content, you could have a lot of content, you could be one of the big boys, but you still want that extra follower. Hey, I'm more than happy to oblige. Please say hi or drop an emoji or something into the chat room so I can immediately go to your channel and hit subscribe. All right. It's going to be an expensive one. This is a 100,000 credit to do this. And I don't know that I've ever flown the 737 MAX. So right off the bat, I don't know what controls it's going to use. So I might have to do some pausing and checking things and binding things, and because I haven't set up for this at all. But we'll see what we can do and see what it defaults to. Yeah, I unlocked that earlier today. We did the turboprop exam for 50,000 credits. This one here, turboprop airline transport pilot rating. That was the last live stream, 227. So yeah, 100,000 credits to do this one. So training, 737 MAX takeoff, learn how to lift off in an airliner. 737 MAX landing, manage final approach and landing in an airliner. Now, if this wasn't the training and this is the aircraft we used, then maybe I have set it up. Okay. Obtaining this certification will mark the beginning of your career as a proper jet airliner pilot. The ATPL jet specialization will enable you to fly passengers on any airliner equipped with jet engines, showcase your piloting skills by performing an approach, and go around at Nice Côte d'Azur Airport, France, aboard the same Boeing 737-8 MAX that you use throughout your airliner training. The go-around is an essential safety maneuver that every pilot should master. The go-around is an essential safety maneuver that every pilot should master. When a landing is deemed to be unsafe, pilots... That's Chris. It just started, Chris. Okay. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Okay, so when a landing is deemed to be unsafe, pilots should abort and get back in the air, provided they have not engaged reverse thrust or crossed 2/3 of the runway. After initiating their climb, pilots normally head towards a designated holding pattern before attempting another landing following air traffic control instructions. I will be asked to perform a proper manual go-around with the 737-8. To do so, you will have to complete the following actions once you reach 300 feet altitude in front of the runway. Go full throttle and deploy 15 degrees of flaps. Pitch back to 15 degrees towards a climb attitude and retract the landing gear. Turn toward a heading of 140 degrees while climbing to 3,000 feet. Transition to straight and level flight while maintaining a heading of 140 degrees. Once you reach 3,000 feet, you are free to use the autopilot's heading select and level change modes if needed following the first leg of the climb. Exclamation point. Climbing too hard following the initial go-around maneuver can lead to stalls. Make sure to monitor your power and attitude during the procedure. Holding pattern. Air traffic predetermined flight patterns, generally oval in shape, meant to delay aircraft from proceeding on course. Pilots can be asked to wait in holding patterns for different reasons, from flow control to weather or airport runway issues. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hello, NC Plane Spotting. Yeah, the mic is working tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so yeah. Real quick, since we're here and doing this, if you've never seen one of these before, I'm gonna open up Sky Vector. It's a free app. I could open up the EFB, but it's kind of quicker if I just do this. I'm more familiar with it. And you'll see it on your screen in just a moment. All right. So let me go to Denver. It's a little bit bigger and Springs. All right. This is usually, okay, so what you're seeing here is different approach patterns, okay? People will come in from these stars, right, following the arrows, and they'll all come in towards a runway, all right? Once they get to this spot in space, they're going to be follow in on the course setting to these waypoints. Okay. Then right here is about the 300 foot mark that they're talking about, where we'll have to pull up and take off again to do a hold, right? Okay. Now the information here in these three boxes, I think it's up here too. Yeah, missed approach. Climb to 10,000 feet on heading 173 and on FQF Vortac radial 197 to Ho-Hum intercept point. FQF 22.5 DME and hold. Okay. Okay, these three boxes here, it basically say the same thing. If at this point here, or whenever, less than 2/3 of the runway, you have to climb you will climb to 10,000 feet at a heading of 173 degrees. All right. This FQF is a VOR, so you make sure your nav radio is tuned to FQF. You follow the 197 compass heading, the radial, coming off of FQF, and you take that out to the ho-hum intercept point. Okay. Now, once you get to the ho-hum intercept point, by using FQF and turning, you've arrived there tuning to the 197 radial. There's the 197 radial. So you came in here, you hit the ho-hum waypoint, you turn and do like a 30-second arc onto a course setting of 17. And then you fly that for, I don't know, like 30 seconds, right? And you do another 30-second turn back onto 197, and you rinse and you repeat. Okay, until they tell you to take your butt back out to the funnel or some waypoint on the funnel and begin your turn back to the runway to try again. So I don't think this is going to be anywhere near that. I don't know that they're actually going to put us into a hold. It says we are going to do a go around. So this should be fun. And since it says we did use this one in training, I'm got my fingers crossed that most of my keyboard and joystick configurations are proper. Check the chat room again before I get in here and grab a sip of coffee. No, don't do that. NCL plane spotting. Have you published any new content in the last 3 days? I see your post from 4 days ago. And I pretty much, I think, checked all those out so far. But I haven't looked in the last 3 days. Okay. Airborne departure, long final entry. Go around, climb, and we keep our same heading, it looks like. And then we make a small turn. Really, we're not going to land. Mission end. I figured they'd at least direct us back to the long final entry point, or the go around. And okay, well, hey, whatever. Clouds. After this loads, I'm gonna let it sit for another minute or so to load in. Been kind of choppy today. Hey, I could use some donations. If you're a fat cat out there and you're tuning in, hey, I could really use some help. Please use the super chat feature that is enabled in the chat room. And if you'd be so kind as to bless me, then that'd be great. I thought they said we were at least going to do a takeoff. We're not even going to do that. Let me check my throttle. We should be in an auto throttle when we get in there. Autopilot, if they're going to put us in the air, autopilot should be engaged. I don't know. Gear's still up at this point. She's a big. Screaming demon. That's interesting. Wonder if that's a military radar. All right. Cross our fingers and hope they have it in the autopilot.
You've done great so far. Now, show me how you handle the final part.
They do not.
And you'll be on your way to becoming an airliner jet pilot. As you know, we are not going to perform your typical landing today. We will be simulating an emergency procedure instead. Keep flying, as if you were going to land normally for now.
Where's the main autopilot function? I don't remember. I'm already screwing up. What the hell is the autopilot? I forget. That's approach. Oh well. Really? Yeah. My bad. Were we set? Laps are already set.
25. You'll start the go-around procedure once you reach 300 feet altitude in front of the runway.
Bum 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 bum.
Alright, be ready to go around on my mark.
Like I got some crosswind.
Aircraft on runway. Go around. Flaps 15. 400.
So pretty. They say with France, Côte d'Azur. Oh, I'm dreaming about seafood already. Reach heading 140. 140. Switch on heading mode. Switch to level change mode. Alright. Where the hell was the autopilot? The head, there's heading. Switch on level change mode. That's it. Maintain altitude at 3,000 feet. You push. Well, flight level change. That'll take us down to 3,000.
Only a few details to iron out, but that was some solid flying. You passed the test.
Respect the holding pattern, entry, altitude, and heading. Yeah, I kind of bunged that start. That was painless.
Done great so far. Now, show me how you handle the final parts of this flight, and you'll be on your way to becoming an airliner jet pilot. As you know, we are not going to perform your typical landing today. We will be simulating an emergency procedure instead. Keep flying as if you were going to land normally for now.
Little nose down, nose trim.
Sync rate.
Oh, don't want that.
You will start the go-around procedure once you reach 300 feet altitude.
Ah, my gear's not working. Flaps at 15 still? I think so.
1,000. Sink rate too low. Terrain 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 too low. Terrain.
The gear went back up.
Go around on my mark.
Terrain too low. Terrain too low. Terrain.
Aircraft on runway. Go around. Flaps 15.
Terrain too low. Terrain too low. Terrain.
Use the throttle. Increase. Yeah. 15 degrees. They not go? So they didn't. In the first run, the flaps were set. And the gear, the G key on the keyboard was working fine. Kind of bunged this time. The gear, I had to pull it down manually. All right. I want heading 140. What are you doing? Or the other way. There you go. There you go. And I didn't, it didn't tell me to raise the flaps. Auto throttle should have been engaged.
Only a few details to iron out.
Hmm.
Solid flying. You've passed the test.
Yeah, we're still climbing in speed. Flight level 100 speed limit. So I went. Yeah, you're not, I don't think you're supposed to go over 250 under 10,000. This is the jet airliner transport pilot rating.
You've done great so far. Now, show me how you handle the final parts of this.
Now that one, look at that.
Way to becoming an airline.
Right off the bat, we did nothing. We just spawned in.
Perform your typical landing today. We will be simulating an emergency procedure instead. Keep flying as if you were going to land normally for now.
So as soon as we spawned in, this happened. So the flaps are down. No, they're not. So I don't know why we're getting a flap exceeded. That's a bug. So we're getting dinged right off the bat for something we didn't do. We're gonna need this at 140. Now that we know. Come on, you. If 30,000? No, we don't need 30,000. They don't have a knob? Or, you know, normally if you put it on it and hold it, must be my... whatever. Damn it. Do. That shouldn't be on. Alt hold. You don't want alt hold on. It's not turning off. Need 250. That'll work. Oh. Do 90. So it's not. It's not. Turn on speed. There we go. That might do it. No, she ain't doing shit. As far as speed. Oh, that's out hold.
You will start the go-around procedure once you reach 300 feet altitude in front of the runway.
The G button isn't working. And the landing gear is fighting me. Now the landing gear went back up. See? What the hell is going on here? And we're still at 290. What the hell?
1,000.
Maybe it's just too fast for the gear to come down.
Too low. Terrain. Too low.
Come on. Silly thing. So right off the bat, let's see if it gives us an error again for flaps down.
You've done great so far. Now, show me how you handle the
Max speed. Yeah.
You'll be on your way to becoming an airliner jet pilot. As you know, we are not going to
Come on, Asobo.
today. We will be simulating an emergency procedure instead. Keep flying as if you were going to land normally for now.
What is up with you? Slow down. Max speed under flight level 100 exceeded. Yeah, supposed to be 150. Man, climbing. I've got no throttle. I've got the throttle all the way back. And she's just wanting to climb. My son of a bitch. Pardon my language, folks. This is really frustrating when the plane or the way I'm running it. I don't know. It worked fine the first time through, and mostly the second time through. So I don't know why things aren't working. I don't know why we're getting a flaps. I'll put the throttle in the off position to start.
You've done great so far. Now, show
Flaps max flap speed under flight level exceeded.
airliner jet pilot. As you know, we are not going to perform your typical landing today. We will be simulating an emergency procedure instead. Keep flying.
Trying to get the nose down using some trim. She's fighting me. Damn it. Trying to cross arm this. I want to. I want to see if I can get the speed to come down. I know, not diving.
2500.
I know. I'm gonna get dinged for sure, but I want to see if I can get the auto throttle to turn on.
You will start the go-around procedure. Once you reach 300 feet altitude in front of the runway,
I think you have to have the autopilot on for this. Okay. So I'll try that. It didn't see. Sometimes the autopilot or the auto throttle, I would think they can work independently, but I don't think so here.
You've done great so far. Now, show me how you handle the final parts of this flight, and you'll be on your way to becoming an airliner jet pilot. As you know, we are not going to perform your typical landing today. We will be simulating an emergency procedure instead. Keep flying as if you were going to land normally for now.
Come down. Damn you. That's 200.
You will start the go-around procedure once you reach 300 feet altitude in front of the runway.
Sink rate 1000.
I'm going to turn on approach. Probably need VNAV.
All right, be ready to go around on my mark.
Oh well.
Aircraft on runway. Go around. Flaps 15.
400.
Now I turn the auto throttle off, but I'm not getting any chutzpah. $180. And to keep it under 250. All right. Do. 1,000 feet. That's 30,000. No, not pretty.
Only a few details to iron out, but that was some solid flying. You've passed the test.
You know, almost. A lot closer to an A. One more. Again, I don't know how to avoid that first error. Put that down.
You've done great so far. Now, show me how you handle the final parts of this flight, and you'll be on your way to becoming an airliner jet pilot. As you know, we are not going to perform your typical landing today. We will be simulating an emergency procedure instead. Keep flying as if you were going to land normally for now. Will start to go around procedure once you reach 300 feet altitude in front of the runway.
The gear doesn't want to come down. Yeah, it's just I can't. Again, I can't. I guess I could use the speed brake, but normally that's. That helped. All right. So
1,000. Sync rate.
All right, be ready to go around on my mark.
5. Sync rate.
Aircraft on runway. Go around. Flaps 15.
300.
So maybe that's the first thing you got to do is slam on that speed brake. Come on, get over to 140.
Impressive flying. You've got your specialization, and I have no doubt that you will make for a great jet airliner pilot.
Yeah, much better. All right. We have passed. Well, I hope by showing you some of the pitfalls that I faced during those trials. So now I guess my best advice would be, first thing, turn on that speed brake. You're probably not going to be faster than the bug to immediately get your speed down. You've got to keep it under 250. Okay. It does seem autopilot is going to be engaged. In the first one, the first attempt, the flaps were set at 15 right when we went in. For the other tries, the flaps weren't. So, you know, my keyboard and joystick controls were a little bit out of whack. So watch for any potential keyboard binding problems that might pop up. It sets you at the altitude of 30,000 feet. So before you even, you know, as you're coming in, try to adjust your altitude beforehand for 3,000 feet. Try to adjust your heading to 140. Okay. On the auto throttle, I guess just, I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do. You understand how to fly the thing and can get the thing to slow down. Fine. Probably just leave it off and see what else. That should do it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not sure what I'm doing next. I have time for like one more show, one more live stream this afternoon. And then I should be done for the day. And I have no idea what I'm doing next now. Yeah, okay. So I've unlocked the max. Okay. So now we have Medevac is now open. We did our agricultural cargo transport medium. That's still not open. What's missing? We need 10 private charter airplane missions. We need 10 of these. Finally figured out what was wrong with my aerial advertising yesterday after failing twice. It was my controller setup. But what I did not understand about aerial advertising, and if you haven't done it yet, let me impart this tip on you. The pole that extends underneath your plane and the hook are two different mechanisms. Okay, you're gonna need they have the bindings, but I blew out the bindings and did it myself, so you might just want to check and see if the binding is correct. But basically, you'll press one button on your keyboard or joystick to lower the pole, and then you press a different button that will make the hook itself at the end of the pole move, or a hook move. Okay? So I did not understand that going into it, and that was a lot of there was a lot of confusion for me there. Just remember, the pole and the hook are two different things, so you're gonna need two key bindings. Okay, and that's it for this live stream. And again, I'll be back in an hour, and I have no idea what I'll be doing yet. Just gotta play it by ear for right now, or think of something in the next hour. Yeah, so not the top of this next hour. I take an hour break to set up and figure out what I want to do, and then go live at the top of the following hour. Thank you to NCL Plane Spotting, who is in the chat today. Like and subscribe to Ben's channel.